Learning is personal. As educators, we know that a student's past experience, learning style, and pace are all factors in how they master a concept. We know a student learns most efficiently when they receive the right information at the right time. Meet Professor Brown. She understands the value of personalized learning. When she has one student, she can easily gauge where that student is in their learning journey. She can determine what he already knows, what he needs to learn next, and how he learns best. She can identify knowledge gaps or instructional pitfalls and respond quickly to get her student back on track. But what if Professor Brown's one student becomes 100 students, or 1,000 students, or 10,000 students? How will she be able to customize content and tasks for every learner and adapt the learning experience to their individual needs? Even with help from teaching assistants, online class forums, and generous office hours, it will be difficult for Professor Brown to closely track each student's progress and keep them all on the path to content mastery. Luckily, there are adaptive learning tools that can help replicate the benefits of one-to-one personalized instruction. One such adaptive learning tool is the Intelligent Tutoring System, or ITS. In its basic form, an ITS automates functions such as problem selection and feedback generation based on student responses to questions and tasks. Yet, as ITSs have matured, they have gained the ability to customize the learning experience by adapting to a student's needs. Instead of progressing through content in a rigid, linear fashion, a student can move through the content organically, receiving only information that is needed in the moment and bypassing information they already know. If a student struggles to master a concept, then the system identifies the specific objective that was missed and provides remediation. Each student moves at his or her own pace and still achieves mastery. But students aren't the only ones who benefit. Adaptive learning software provides rich analytics that chart student interactions. With this data, the instructor can pinpoint specific concepts that certain students misunderstood and intervene with those select individuals. The data also illuminates global trends across the greater group, allowing the instructor to refine course content that isn't being grasped globally. So how can an ITS help Professor Brown, who is scheduled to teach a science class of 300 college freshmen? Her students are not science majors, and she knows their knowledge will vary widely. Yet her goal is for all of the students to get excited about science and to master the objectives of her course. As Professor Brown prepares her lessons, she decides to make use of adaptive learning software to create rich interactive scenarios. First, the students answer some questions so the system can assess what they already know. Then, as the students explore interactive simulations and work through the suite of questions and activities at their own pace, they receive carefully crafted feedback based on their individual responses. When a student gets stuck, the system provides an instant tutorial and does not allow the student to move forward until the knowledge gap is filled. If a student wants more practice in a target area, then additional material is provided. The system continues this cycle of determining each individual's current knowledge, delivering the next appropriately tailored content, and offering just the right amount of remediation, much like Professor Brown was able to do with her one student. Meanwhile, Professor Brown has access to real-time analytics that let her track each student's performance individually, as well as see global trends across the class. This makes her happy because she doesn't have to wait until the next big quiz to find out how the class is doing. Rather, she can directly reach out to struggling students, as well as adapt her course content where she sees a stumbling block for the entire group. With the help of adaptive learning software, Professor Brown can provide personalized instruction at scale. Problem solved.